Week 9 Day 1. Just spell the name correctly. P.T. Barnum, the great circus impresario, was once accosted by a woman, who showed him a scurrilous manuscript about himself, and said that unless he paid her, she would have the book printed. Barnum rejected the extortion attempt. "Say what you please," he replied, "but make sure that you mention me in some way. Then come to me and I will estimate the value of your services as a publicity agent." Barnum obviously felt that adverse criticism was an asset for a public figure. A man who seeks the limelight should not care what is written about him, but should be concerned only when they stop writing about him. Barnum's philosophy suggests that we might do well to review the plethora of publicity given to rabble-rousers and bigots. Sample sentences. 1. When the business manager was accused of extortion, his colleagues sought to oust him from the firm. 2. The eminent impresario brought many cultural spectacles to our shores. 3. Attacked by the irate crowd, the bigot asked the police for sanctuary. 4. President Obama found that texting was an asset to his communication skills. 5. It was excruciatingly painful for the actors to read the adverse reviews that their performances had received. Week 9 Day 2. Bigots get publicity. Today, the blatant bigot, the leader of a lunatic fringe, and the hate-monger, each with his tiny entourage, find it relatively easy to attract publicity. Newspapers give space to the virulent activities of those agitators, on the grounds that they are newsworthy. TV producers and radio executives, seeking for sensationalism, often extend a welcome to such controversial characters. "Yes," said the host of one such program, "we invite bigots, but it is only for the purpose of making them look ridiculous, by displaying their inane policies to the public." Some civic-minded organizations have answered, however, that the hosts are not always equipped to demolish those guests, and even if they were, the audience would still be exposed to the venom they spew forth. Sample sentences. 1. The visiting dictator's ubiquitous entourage of bodyguards disturbed our tranquil city. 2. Europe's population was afflicted by a virulent plague known as the Black Death. 3. From each candidate's headquarters acrimonious charges would spew forth daily. 4. Clyme Yeobright's mother succumbed to the venom of a snake bite. 5. With blatant discourtesy the reporters continued to harass the bereaved family. Week 9 Day 3. Coping with bigots. Suppose a bigot wished to organize a meeting in your neighborhood. Since we cherish freedom of speech, we are loath to deny the request, even if he preaches hatred. As a result, hate-mongers are given the opportunity to rent halls, conduct meetings, publish abusive literature, and solicit contributions. What can be done about them? One astute observer, Professor S. Andhill Feinberg, advocates the quarantine method. His plan is to give such groups no publicity and to ignore them completely. Without the warmth of the spotlight, he feels that the bigot will freeze and become ineffectual. Debating with such warped minds is not feasible and only tends to exacerbate the situation. Sample sentences. 1. Since we felt that the ruling was arbitrary, we were loath to obey it. 2. Daily the volunteers went out to solicit funds for the indigent families. 3. My neighbor was astute enough to discern the adverse features of the mortgage. 4. The general was sure to advocate that we give the enemy no respite from the bombings. 5. The play was so blatantly bad that the impresario fired its ineffectual director. Week 9 Day 4. More than silence. The quarantine method for handling bigots implies more than giving them the silent treatment. Professor Feinberg urges community relations organizations to scrutinize the nefarious activities of hate-mongers, and to be prepared to furnish information about them to amicable inquirers. When a rabble-rouser is coming, those organizations should privately expose him to opinion molders. In addition, constructive efforts should be taken to induce people to involve themselves in projects for improving intergroup relations. Bigger than the vexatious immediate problem, is the need to find out the cause for such bigotry and to counteract this sinister malady, that afflicts a segment of our society. Sample sentences. 1. The vexatious buzzing of the mosquitoes as they surged about our heads nearly drove us insane. 2. Our amicable relations with Latin America are an asset to hemispheric trade. 3. Once the virulent malady had run its course, my temperature dropped. 4. We were distraught upon hearing the venom spewed forth by the nefarious bigot. 5. No sooner did the lawyer scrutinize the extortion note than she called the police.